Imagine filing an insurance claim and getting paid in full in 3 seconds. No phone calls, no forms, no waiting weeks.
3 seconds? Oliver, it takes me longer to find my policy number.
Right. And that's real, happening today. The same AI that pays that claim also sets your premium, reads the photo of your dented car, and decides if a claim is honest or fraud.
So today, how AI is rewiring insurance, the speed, the savings, and the part regulators are genuinely worried about.
Welcome back to Daily AI Wizard. This is AI at Work, Episode 2. Anastasia and Sophia will take it from here. Stay to the end for the fairness question, because it could be deciding what you pay.
Let's be honest, insurance has a reputation, and it's not fast and friendly. The old way means forms, phone calls, and waiting weeks to find out if you're even covered. And underneath all that paperwork is a second problem: fraud. In the US alone, insurance fraud is estimated at over $300 billion a year. Around 1 in 10 property and casualty claims is fraudulent. And here's the part that stings: you pay for it. Every fake claim gets baked into everyone's premiums. So insurers are sitting on two huge problems at once: too slow for honest customers, too leaky against dishonest ones. AI is the tool they're betting on to fix both.
Insurance has always been about predicting risk. So, in a sense, it's been data science for centuries. It started with actuarial tables, price people in broad buckets by age, location, a handful of factors. Then came statistical models, more variables, sharper estimates, but still slow, still humans crunching it over days. Today, we're in the real-time AI era. Models weighing hundreds of signals to give you an instant quote, pay a claim in seconds, and keep learning from every interaction. Same goal the industry always had: predict risk, just unimaginably faster and more granular. 4 big areas. 1. Claims. The AI that takes your report, assesses the damage, and pays out, sometimes in seconds. 2. Underwriting and pricing. Setting your premium based on your individual risk, not just a broad bucket. 3. Fraud detection. Catching the fake and inflated claims that drive everyone's prices up. And 4. Customer service. The 24/7 bots that quote, answer, and help. Let's start with the one that feels almost magical: claims. Here's the flow that used to take weeks, now compressed into seconds. You open the app, describe what happened, snap a photo of the damage. AI does 4 things almost instantly. It reads the image with computer vision, checks it against your policy, runs a fraud and severity score, and if everything's clean and the claim is simple, it just pays you. No adjuster, no call. And crucially, it's a hybrid. Anything complex, high value, or suspicious gets escalated to a human expert. At Lemonade, an AI-first insurer, 55% of all claims are now handled end-to-end, with no human at all. Geico does something similar. Its AI review can assess vehicle damage from a photo in seconds, a job that used to take a person half an hour.
Okay, who's actually doing this for real?
The poster child is Lemonade. They built an insurer from scratch around AI. No legacy call centers. 2 bots run the show. Maya signs you up and quotes you in about 90 seconds, and Jim handles claims.
And Jim is the 3-second one.
Exactly. For a simple claim, Jim can read it, verify it, run fraud checks, and pay you in as little as 3 seconds. They now fully automate around 55% of claims, and over 90% of customers report being satisfied.
What happens when it's not simple? A big house fire.
Then Jim steps back and hands it to a human. That's the key design idea. Let AI handle the easy bulk at lightning speed and free people up for the complex, emotional, high-value cases where they're actually needed. Second use case: underwriting. The art of pricing your risk. Traditionally, you were lumped into a broad bucket: your age, your zip code, a few factors. AI makes it personal. The clearest example is telematics, usage-based car insurance. An app or a little device watches how you actually drive. Your speed, how hard you brake, your mileage, what time of day you're on the road. Drive safely and you can pay less. Progressive's Snapshot program alone has handed out over $1.2 billion in discounts. And the bigger shift, as McKinsey puts it, is from detect and repair to predict and prevent. Insurance that warns you before the accident instead of just paying after it.
Paying for how I actually drive sounds fairer than being judged by my age or postcode.
It can be. That's the promise. Reward real behavior, not stereotypes. But here's the warning. The same models can smuggle bias in through the back door. The Consumer Federation of America found drivers in predominantly Black neighborhoods can pay around 71% more for auto insurance, sometimes with identical driving records.
How if the model doesn't use race?
Proxies. Zip code, credit score, education, things that quietly correlate with race or income. The model never sees race, but it finds a stand-in for it. Hold that thought, because it's the center of the responsible AI question we're getting to. Third use case, fraud. And this is where AI pays for itself. Remember, most fraud isn't criminal masterminds. About 60% is soft fraud. Ordinary people inflating a real claim. And historically, only 20 to 40% of that gets caught. AI changes the game two ways. First, it reads everything. The photos, the documents, the wording of your description to spot what doesn't add up. Second, and this is the powerful part, network analysis, connecting people, addresses, phone numbers, and repair shops to expose organized fraud that no single claim review would ever catch. Deloitte estimates AI could save property and casualty insurers between $80 and $160 billion by 2032.
We've all chatted with an insurance bot for a quote. Is that really the big deal here?
The quoting bot is just the visible tip. The bigger story is AI eating the industry's admin mountain. Geico's AI review looks at a photo of your dented car and estimates the damage in seconds, a job that took a human half an hour. Allstate uses AI to handle the bulk of around 50,000 customer emails a day. And across the board, about 76% of U.S. insurers now use generative AI in at least one core function.
So the chatbot is the bit we see. The real revolution is in the back office.
Exactly. Millions of hours of paperwork quietly disappearing. Remember the promise from the top? 3 seconds. That's the entire journey. From I need to file a claim to real money landing in your account. Reviewed, approved, paid. No phone tree, no adjuster, no waiting weeks. For a whole generation raised on instant everything, that is what they now expect from insurance. How does an insurer build one of these? Same loop as any AI system, with one extra step that really matters. Step 1. Data. Years of past policies, claims, photos, and payouts labeled by what actually happened. Step 2. Train. The model learns to estimate risk and spot fraud from that history. Step 3. Decide. It goes live, quoting, assessing, paying in seconds. Step 4. Monitor. Outcomes feedback so it keeps improving. But here's the step insurers increasingly cannot skip. Testing every model for unfair bias before and after it ships. Because if the training data reflects decades of biased pricing, the model will faithfully reproduce it, which is exactly why regulators are now stepping in.
We teased it. Let's name the dark side. What goes wrong?
3 things. First, proxy discrimination. We saw it. Zip code, credit score, and education standing in for race. So people get charged more for who they are, not how they behave. Second, black box denials. A claim rejected or a policy refused, and the company itself can't fully explain why. When that decision affects your home or your health, the computer said no isn't good enough. And third, surveillance and privacy. Telematics tracking your every drive. Apps using biometric data. Lemonade itself faced a lawsuit over how it handled facial data in claims videos.
And these aren't hypothetical.
Not at all. Major AI discrimination lawsuits against insurers are in the courts right now, including one alleging an insurer's fraud algorithm used racial proxies.
Okay, that's the scary half. What's being done about it?
The guardrails are arriving fast. On the technical side, quantitative bias testing, actually measuring whether a model's prices are fair across racial groups. explainable, appealable decisions so you can challenge a denial, and human review on the big ones, refusals and steep rate hikes.
And the law?
Colorado led. It's the first state to legally require insurers to test every pricing algorithm for discriminatory outcomes. And as of late 2025, that covers auto and health, not just life. Over 23 states have adopted the National NAIC Model Bulletin on AI, and Europe's AI Act classifies life and health pricing as high risk.
So the message to insurers is innovate, but prove it's fair.
Exactly. Speed and savings are easy. Earning trust is the hard part. And now it's the law.
So where is this all heading?
The biggest idea is a total flip in what insurance is. Today, it's detect and repair. Something bad happens, they pay. The future McKinsey describes is predict and prevent. Your insurer uses sensors and satellite data to warn you a storm or a flood is coming, or that your driving is getting risky, and helps you avoid the loss entirely. Lemonade has literally used NASA satellite data to spot wildfire heat signatures and warn customers.
So they'd rather prevent the claim than pay it.
Exactly. Cheaper for them, better for you. Add autonomous, agentic AI handling whole claims and pay-as-you-live pricing tied to health data, and insurance starts to feel less like a safety net and more like a co-pilot. Powerful. As long as that fairness question keeps pace.
Okay, Oliver, bring it home. What sticks?
4 things. 1. AI now does it all. It quotes you, prices you, pays your claim, and polices it for fraud, often in seconds. 2. The upside is genuine. Faster payouts, pricing based on how you actually behave, and less fraud dragging up everyone's premiums. 3. It's evolving from paying for disasters to predicting and preventing them. And 4, the big one, the catch is fairness. And unlike most of tech, it's now being written directly into law.
So the next time your claim is paid before you've put your phone down, that's the upside. The price you're quoted being fair, that's the fight.
Perfectly put. Next time on AI at Work, we go somewhere AI affects every single citizen, the public sector and government.
If you got value from this, subscribe and tell us which industry to cover next. I'm Olga.
And I'm Oliver. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.